let me explain something to you. A guy who has a kitty in his possession, completely numb. The kitty hears voices in her head over retards, drug addicts, alcoholics who all rape her but don't have a laptop. Why? They live on the street, they are homeless, they are addicted, but they get protected by police for their daily shot. So that also comes harass females at the door, like on Fabiana and all. That creates a civilian disturbance. They call themselves patriots with one eye and la la la. But they all have a tracker. A tracker and no laptop. A tracker and a digital skin. So we are now looking into where is it all connected to? Because how are they able to come rape a kitty and beat her up and even eat some meat and get paid for drugs and war and keep harassing you and bashing? Because then there is the low-life nerds who say we're gonna fuck you up. They wanna act like big dogs, rape Gal Gadot in front of the laptop, and then she has to say a message. But on the video they cut off their head. You can never see their head. That's always masked or something else. So how much problems do you have with guys that had no laptop? And they wanna place me in that category, right? Now, I just showed something. Now they installed it, it's 2007, an illegal Fitmin tracker in me called 22 because they called that 22, but it's a serial number end. They saw in Hebrew written 22 Gem 2 Bank because they wanted to hide their cash under it. And I didn't take that shit because I ain't a bank. Definitely not a terrorist bank. So then we have Maru Pupolo and Dinosaur 3 and the 129. And that was T22. Fitmin Tracker T22. That fell out in Calais when I was doing a shit in Coquel City, Europe. And the best shit ever because I felt so much relief of a source that was cut off. And then they tried to connect it all the time to me on several spots, like here in my jaw, and here in my jaw, and here I have a repaired tooth and it has metal, and there is silver in my tooth, so they tried to cleanse on that. And on the Zivlok and on the Dinosaur 3. Really heavy. And from the back they do the Maralupu, the Dinosaur 3, and that. And then there's my nipple piercing, right? That ain't the tracker, not even close. Or I remove it. So when I tap that, they connect that to a connector. Glove. That's why I say remove jewelry. Now this one is a clamp. Has a ball. I cannot remove or undo that. So I literally need a tool to take it out. Or I need a good sauna or a shower to keep myself clean. Like yesterday I washed my hair and it was a lot less, and today it's heavier again. Then they start attacking my chest. Here, all these ribs. Because you have this nice template, right? And then they inject my balls from the bottom, where I have this fluid bag with the DNA. And that I already won in court, right? And they still inject DNA of Michelle and Alexander. So if I literally would go to a good source, like my own, not what they want to force me in, and put a syringe in it, suck out the fluid, put it in a jar and say DNA sample, I ain't gonna find one of my own DNA full traces, or maybe I do, but I'm gonna find thousands and thousands of DNA sources of these motherfuckers they keep injecting in daily, and it literally tinkles when they do that. And they also did it in my throat, and you literally feel that ball go in, like, and then they start yelling like idiots. Now that is illegal, and that is done over a lot of brute force. And why can they do that on me? Because I have hardware, and I had hardware. a female without jewelry is really hard because they can only use the electric around and like the electric poles. But as you see, that is one electric source. That there is one electric source. Then you have the planes flying over, and on that level, they have a speckle cell layer, and they use the aviation communication. A military net is created, or a power source is created to let their SRTs operate. Or they have to come with 5-6 vans with cords and more and suppress a community with balls in the house and in the street like they did in Calais to let SRTs walk, just like I saw on the bunker of Calais. That was also done in New York, right? Because there was all of a sudden Times Square, or was it in 2021, where they were shooting people. Never hit the media, right? Nah, that was a bit too... But now you see Belfast, same shit, walking around with rocket launchers and machine guns. And I saw that already in Calais. That never hit the media too, right? So, then you have Ukraine, where literally villages have been genocided on what they saw happen. And these SRTs had no bivouac on. They had Russian military uniforms. And they started shooting people like they did in Calais. You see vans drive, the van doors open, bodies disappear. Clearly hearable, people scared. Date swapping the whole system of Calais, 3 days. That was from January 11. All of a sudden it appeared to be the 14th or the 15th. And a Russian came to me and said, dude, what date is it again? Yeah, I was tired, and he said, it's the 15th. I said, no it ain't. What day is it? Monday. I said, no it ain't. I said, no it ain't. I left the 8th Hotel BB, that was a Thursday. No it ain't. I waited 3 days for evacuation. No it ain't, the 15th. He said, my telephone says so. I said, might be, but no it ain't. The whole system was changed, the city net, everything. And I sent a mayday at that night that I broke to the military net. That was my first night on the street. And the same day I also used my prepaid credit card in the outside ATM to book an extra room and see if I had still cash on my account, because I should have had 800 for my Alfa Romeo. Apparently never came on my account. So it said nothing. Right now all these cards are expired, literally, maybe except one. But that was all 2022. So I used to have a Rabobank in Holland, in Tiel, and also ING, since I did all these tests to be self-employed. And then you had to make a business plan, and I wanted a regular account because I worked interim, and I wanted my business account like I did before. And I went to ING for that because they give loans. That was actually advised by UWV, the Dutch Center for Job, to go to a good business bank. And I was checking out and I saw ING. And I opened that account and was working as well, and I do my first pay drop there to make it active. And then you have to. And I go to the bank and I ask how much do I have, because I expected like 50 euro or something, 500 euro, I don't know, 50 euro, something like that. And she said 55,000. I'm like, that ain't mine. I didn't expect 55,000. I said, from what is it? She said, from a retirement gas, like a company. I said, ma'am, at that point, I'm 34 years old. Do it look like I'm going to retire? She said, no. I said, then how do they pay me 55,000? That ain't my cash. So in Holland you have this nice trick you could do that what you can't do in Belgium, because if you want to get funds there back you have to wait weeks and weeks. In Holland, you immediately can send it back and even block it and send it back. Actually, refuse it, even while your account not blocked. They also have this thing called Spoed, which is emergency. When then at that time you paid like €1, and for that €1 and you wire, that would mean even for Finland that would be immediately wired. So all that kind of shit came really later in Belgium, because Belgium was a Neanderthal country. And then there was the wireless card payment, which I saw the first time in Finland, and not even a month after I arrived in Belgium, all of a sudden that was in Belgium too. And I think these motherfuckers are literally abusing shit. So I land there, and the border police of the airport says, "Oh, you're a DJ?" I was like, yeah, not realizing my song hit so hard already. So my music was known. And I went to Fabiana for the first time. I had too many lighters in my pocket. And that guy said, "I'm sorry, you can only take one." I had 3. I said, "I take the best." "Which one was the best?" I said, "Give me that one. I'm good." But nevertheless, so a lot of guys have no visible tablet, as sleep on the street, as drug addicts, as alcoholics and mentals. And they all start saying this, "You're lying," because they want a tablet. That's how they start. And then they think to be protective. They stand at doors and they intimidate people, like on the casino in Calais. And that to call the coppers in when needed, or they target somebody for cash. That's the kind of motherfuckers that I literally saw a lot in Calais as well, like a Wilfried. And they even attacked guys like the Hungarian Stefan, yeah, well, Hungarian dude. He had a clip, a gun pouch clip from Special Marine Force France, and that was sold in one of the shops in Calais, second hand, not an army shop, no, souvenirs. And you know where all that shit that they had on them ended up, had to come back in people's hands, including military solar mats from the United States, to power up their GBL box on the beach while they were. And I saw that in migrants' hands. Or a cable of a military tablet that was used in the port of Calais. And you think, what the fuck? That's a military cable charging a phone. So how did that girl got that? There is what you see spread a lot. Axel out. Oh, we are looking where it's connected to. I'm gonna keep you up to date, but I would ping a bit more with your NORAD. You have people can ask questions, and you know the products what you're looking for, right? Axel out.